Okay, hello people. So today we'll be solving LeetCode daily question, that is 1568, minimum number of days to disconnect island, and in this we'll be given an M cross n binary grid where 1 represents land and 0 represents water. An island is a maximally 4 directional, which is horizontal or vertical, connected group of ones. And the grid is said to be connected if we have exactly one island, otherwise is said disconnected. Okay. So in one day we are allowed to change any single land cell 1 into water cell 0, and we have to return the minimum number of days which to disconnect the whole grid. Okay. So for example, we are having this particular, so we'll be needing 2 days. So if we'll just disconnect this and this island, so we'll be having two different one single component, so that's why it requires us 2 days. And then in the next example also the answer is 2, because we'll be converting both of these to water, so the output comes out to be 2. Okay, so firstly let's have the directions array. Directions, that is equal to new int of 0 comma 1 of the directions, basically 0 comma 1, 1 comma 0, 0 comma minus 1, and minus 1 comma 0. Okay, and now let's just write this function that if we'll be checking firstly if count islands, this is a function which we'll be writing next. If it is not equal to minus 1, oh, if it is not equal to 1, that means all are, it's water already, so we'll directly return 0. Otherwise, let's initialize some variables, that is grid dot length and n, that is equal to grid 0 dot length. Okay, now let's traverse in the grid for int I equal to 0, I less than m. So we'll be doing a kind of a brute force approach, like we'll be visiting every land, and then we'll be checking that if it is possible to disconnect, then backtracking, we'll be backtracking it to initial one. Okay, and then for int j equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus, we will be checking that if grid of I j is equal to 1, I'll be updating it of grid of ij equal to 0. Then I'll be counting this function again, that if count islands grid, it is not equal to 1, in that case I'll be returning 1, sorry 1, otherwise I'll be backtracking it to grid ij, that is equal to 1. At the end we'll not be taking, because the test cases are in a way that it will not be taking more than 2 days, so that's why the output comes out to be 2. Okay, so let's have another function, that is private int count islands, and this is going to be a basic minimum number of the number of islands question, which is another famous LeetCode question to number 200. So in this we'll be just writing that logic only. So int m is equal to grid 0 uh, dot length comma n is equal to grid dot length. Okay, then for int I equal to 0, I less than m, I plus plus, then for int j equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus, we'll be checking that if grid of I j is equal to 1, and we, oh, so let's have a visited array as well, boolean visited equal to new boolean of size m cross n, and we have not visited I j. Okay, in this case let's firstly, oh, number of islands count, that is initially 0, and let's have it as, firstly increment the count, and let's call the device, call that, in this we will be passing grid I j as well as the visited array matrix private. Let's write the function, that is private void dfs. In this we are having parameters as grid, row, column, and the boolean visited array. We will be checking that firstly we'll be marking the current index visited row column, that is equal to true. Then we'll be moving to the next direction. So for in directions, I'll be having x, that is equal to row plus dir 0, then y is equal to column plus dir1. Again we will be checking that if simple just boundary checks x is greater than or equal to 0 and x is less than grid dot length, and y is greater than or equal to 0 and y is less than grid 0 dot length and grid of I j is equal to 1, and we have not visited ij. Oh sorry, grid of xy, my bad, xy, and here also xy. In that case we'll be calling the dfs function again for grid comma x comma y and the visited array. Okay, now let's give it a run. Oh okay, I'm saying return count. Now let's give it a run again. Oh, we are index out of 1. Oh okay, ISG, and here it should be grid dot length and here it should be 0 dot length. Now let's give it a run again. And it case build. Now let's submit it. Okay, and looks probably fine as well. Okay, so this was for today. Thank you for watching.